new mentors. Orion, always giving me the breakdown, the knowledge. The man who's been around for quite some time, definitely a name. For all you Europeans who might be watching the stream, you definitely got him sitting here.
But coming up, we got Bloodcross and False, Snake Falco action.
Yes, this should be very interesting because I know that False was very questionative as to who he should go playing against Bloodcross.
Both Mario and Snake kind of, they can both win, but either one is going to be pretty frustrating.
It's going to be, yeah.
I'm curious if he can do the grab release shenanigans with Snake on Falco.
Yes,
grab
a la Ally and Larry. You know, where you saw all the tricks come out. I mean, every time I see this matchup, it's impossible not to reference all the times that Elliot played Larry, because some of the stuff that came out of that was surreal.
Yo, Elliot versus Rain, Apex 2010. The exposure. Then he went Meta Knight after that.
There we go. The throwback. Getting all your knowledge tonight, guys. But I'm excited. I want to see what's going on. False, always, man. He's done a lot. He beat Salem not too long ago, which is that's a win you never drop. That's one of the ones. That's the New York, New Jersey
especially
name.
in recent times.
Yes, exactly. Like, yeah, I did that. That was me. All right, let's kick it off here.
I'm expecting to see False just take it real slow and not get grabbed. Hold those grenades and just go for trades. Take his time, and Bloodcross just stay safe but try and mind game his way in. But this is pretty aggressive for a start for this matchup.
Yeah, Bloodcross was playing against Will earlier today, and as XX was talking about, he really shut down Will with a very in-your-face aggressive style, and he came out, and I mean, straight off the bat, 90 damage. That's pretty in-your-face and aggressive, if you ask me.
Definitely. But he's doing it in a way that still covers a lot of options, and his movement is so fluid, so you can't even knock it. It's not like he's just
picking his opportunities very well.
Definitely. Like you saw that jab there where he spaced it so he wouldn't hit the grenade. That was beautiful.
That was fantastic. I really enjoyed that.
Now the question is, those situations right there where Falco lost his jump, that's the situations where if Snake reads that 50-50 and he gets in, that's his chance to win, because the damage output on this character, I don't care what matchup it is. Like
no, there's nothing else you need to say. It is Snake. He hits really, really hard. And he lives forever, too. In a matchup, this is the big thing, is that this is where I really think we're going to see Bloodcross shine, is that while it's hard to kill with Falco, he's already got him at 182. Definitely. And, you know, right on the nose, as I was saying, it is just Jeff has been really proficient at making sure he gets his kill moves, not stealing them today.
Also, he has plenty of Snake experience from all that work, so I'm not too worried about it.
No, definitely not. So False is going to have to, I think, bring a bit more to the table in order to even phase Jeff right now.
Definitely. Now, what I'm curious is that if False can, if he's under 100 damage by the time he can take Bloodcross's stock, this matchup he doesn't really have anything to worry about, because Falco he has a hard time killing Snake regardless. He has to go for the heart rate, even at like 200% without risking something. So if False can just take his time, pick his moment to get in, even a grab release dash attack at the oh my god! Never mind taking your time, just.
And you know, he makes combo videos and he lives off moments like that, and you don't see the reaction, but you know you're going to see it again somewhere, and it's just stuff like that that always makes me smile so much about False. You talk about like a quick game changer. Unfortunately,
Bloodcross brought it right back, right back.
But you're still going to see the combo video.
Nice intuition by Bloodcross to stop the chain grab and just let the grenade finish it off for him and back off and take stage control.
You see it a lot more from some of the newer top players, you know, Bloodcross, Vinny. They're very smart around the grenade game, whether they're chain grabbing and tossing away the grenades or, you know, just trying to evade them while getting their strings. It's been a lot more of a new age kind of tech.
Because the timer, I think, it's one of those things, the more experience you have versus Snake, it just becomes more natural. But Bloodcross, he took that set pretty solidly. I'm expecting a change to Wario, and especially if he can do the chain grab.
I haven't had the luxury of getting to see a lot of Bloodcross recently. I was dormant for a bit, but I mean, today he's really demonstrated his stars and stripes. He's come out and really put on a very strong showing without letting down very much at all. I mean, he's still moving through here, and every person he's hit thus far, he's steamrolled at least one of the games.
So I see False talking to the cat, Vinny, trying to figure out what to do. If he doesn't change to Wario, I do think I'll be a
I
little
think it's
disappointed.
adorable to pick the Ice Climber mines. You get coaching from Vinny and the Cat, you're going to get solid coaching. Those guys, they will break shit down consistently. Like you, there's a couple of you guys that'll do it. So if I had 2 coaches by my side, I would pray that I'd get Vinny and the Cat over there.
Would you consider Frigate? Like if he went Frigate and Wario? Like Bloodcross does have a really solid Meta Knight.
That'd be interesting.
But,
that really feels like an older school mentality. You don't see too many people jump back to Frigate nowadays, so...
Now this is not expected. False's Meta Knight is really solid. He 2-0'd to Kill Sage. 2-stocked him twice just earlier.
Okay,
so
fair enough. There we go with those updates, what I live for. Need to get Twitter a little bit more live up on Crossfire right now.
Now, in this matchup, though, he doesn't have grenades or anything to space away other than just good zoning to not get grabbed here. So, I'm curious how he adapts his playstyle.
And it is very interesting to see how different people go about avoiding the chain grab in very different manners. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do, but not always easy to execute, as one mistake will result in that 50%.
Like there's the old school M2K, I'm going to jump in there on this platform grade. And then there's the other type where you can kind of zone in their face and just pick smart options. And if they make a hard read, you get hit, you just accept it. But for the most part, you're staying safe. But Bloodcross has done a really solid job. He's not fishing for anything. He's just taking his damage as he gets it.
He converted on a lot of trades, too. There was a lot of damage that he ended up just following up with and getting those free hits out of, so...
Good grab. That's one of those things, Meta Knight's down tilt, it just comes so quick you have to have the intuition, like to know when it's coming and then just immediately grab. You can't...
That player-to-player matchup real quick, gotta break that down.
False is doing this pretty solidly. That was an unfortunate trip.
I mean, he definitely lost a good chunk of the trades, but he hasn't really traded off stage control, and he's doing a lot right now, so it's just...
Even recovery-wise, he's recovering low. He's not letting Falco get things he shouldn't. So his Meta Knight looks well versed in everything. I'm not too worried about it. That was a hard read.
That was that in-your-face Jeff real quick. He brought that back hard and just said, you know, it's nice that you've been trying to be safe, but you can't always do it.
Ooh, he needed that grab.
That was a bit of such a late read, unfortunately.
I think it was just a slow reaction. Like he expected it, but he went to the right. He went to the right space, but he dropped the punish. And Bloodcross with great intuition recovering. It's always scary versus Meta Knight with Falco. Like
he takes the path and sticks to it. You know, like there's really not like any wait time. He's gonna throw it there, and I mean, False hasn't been at a distance to really punish that most of the time. So that is a very good move on Jeff's part.
Wow, these hard reads.
Yeah.
Like
that was a rough situation. Ooh. And now the big thing is, too, it's just now that this stock lead has turned into a huge percent lead, too. Even if he gets to the next stock, there's a lot of work for False to do. As we see right here, 110% deficit.
Falco with the lead is scary, but Bloodcross is going... Ooh. Now, what I'm really looking for False to do is, when Falco's in bad situations, False is not NATOing much. And NATO does cover a lot of Falco's options. Like, Bloodcross is a really solid player, so you can't do it stupidly versus him because he'll still beat you out for it, but I think Falco could just throw in NATO more like right there where Falco's near the ledge because he wants to side B, or when Falco's kind of tentatively wanting to go off stage.
And there seems like there's a lot of nerves on False's part right now. Like he's having a hard time going stock to stock here. He's down percent right now. He was down a stock just a second ago. He missed an early percent combo on Bloodcross that let him keep adding to the lead right now. He's just trading off a lot of situations. It's not usually like him. He takes control.
That's very true. False is a very control zone oriented and high tech skill oriented player. And Jeff is just trying to style on him.
And he's got the most casual face on, too. I really got to break back to that. Like, just take a look at him right now. He's just like, yeah, this is happening. Like, I just adore that about some players.
I'm just going to full hop there and not do anything after. Just see what you're going to do.
Those things we talked about earlier, just getting away with. Like, yeah, this is what's right there. As we see it, I'm going to throw it. It's going to happen.
Like there, where the places False is NATOing, Jeff still has options to move. Like, he has movement options. I'm talking about... Like there, Falco's shield is very susceptible to NATO, but if Jeff had run to the ledge, it would have been like pretty free.
I mean, either way, definitely still holding it down. He keeps backing False into the corner, and False manages to like fire back at him, but you see it consistently. Like the zone keeps pushing towards False, and then basically ends up switching real quick, kind of like this. But Jeff keeps slamming percent at him that he's not really answering.
Yep. And landing the hard reads to get the kills with Falco, which is
That's why
very
it's
difficult to do.
I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised if it was a 2-stock. He shut that down.
That was a 2-stock.
That I was saying, I wouldn't like.
yeah.
I didn't see the kill coming from False, unfortunately. So much momentum in Jeff's favor. Now, I mean, you know he's not thrilled. He lost to Vinny earlier, and I mean, I laugh because I said this was going to happen to someone in bracket, and this is the problem with Vinny and the Cat being here, is that you play one of them in winners, and then you might find one of them